Get Fit challenge. We're on day 16 and we have Whitney from Warrior Mom Fitness with us. And I wasn't sure it was playing, but then I figured out where everything is. So I'm going to just, while she's coming on, I'm going to go ahead and just find it and share it with you guys in the singles group. Because I guess it hides it in this like little box. But anyway, now that I know, I'm able to do this here. Great. Going to share it. Okay. Live in with Whitney. If I spell her name right. Whitney, Warrior Mom Fitness. Okay. Great. And I just heard her come on. So exciting. There is that. Okay. Okay, we are good.
There we go. Yeah. It was like, you can't go on. I'm like, no, I can. So we got it.
We're good. Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong way. I wanted to do it that way. That way. Trying to get you bigger.
Oh, there we go. We're big.
Yeah.
Good morning. See if I can put it.
Hello. So glad. This is like our last day with you, huh?
I know. I was just thinking that. It went by so fast. I figured it would for 17 days, but man.
Yeah, it's been amazing having you. I swear it's been like just unbelievable. And everyone has gotten so much just from these workouts with you and being able to move their body and then also not have to, like constantly be recreating things. You're really showing how to sustain consistency, which is something I think is so important, especially when it comes to getting fit.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. It's all about consistency and making it fit into your lifestyle and then adding and adding more and more difficulty over time, but starting out with what makes realistic, and not going too big too soon is what usually people mess up with. They're so excited that they go so big too soon and it's not sustainable. So, yeah.
So good.
Awesome. All right. Can we get ready to do this thing?
We're ready.
Do the thing. Okay. All right. So we are going to start with, we're doing a high and low intensity type of workout. So the high is going to be pushing your heart rate up. There's going to be jumping if you want, or there's just going to be quicker movements. So either way, and I'll show you when we get into it. And then the low is going to be a steady state where you're going to be able to catch your breath. Sorry, can you hear me? Like there's like lawnmowers going. Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
Of course. And then, so it's 30 seconds of high, 30 seconds of low, and we're going to repeat each set 2 times. So we have 4 different sets. All right. So the first one's going to be upper body, lower body. Lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body. And then we're going to do a core one at the end. So, all right. So to start us off, let's just kind of jog in place really quick to kind of warm it up a little bit. Jog in place, or you can march in place. Just kind of get the blood flowing, get the heart rate up a little bit. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Jog it out. Jog it out. And then side step, kind of warming up those inner outer thighs. If you want, you can add a little hop. You don't have to. You can keep with the low intensity without the hop. Just warm it up. And then kick your heel back, kind of stretching out your quads, your hip flexors. Waking the body up this Monday morning. And then bring your knees up high. Sorry. Good morning.
It feels good.
Oh, I'll come back. One more each side. Perfect. All right. So the first set is 30 seconds of squats. So you're just going to go nice and quick. I brought my chair if you want to do some box squats. Just keeping the reps moving. So right when you're down, you're back up. That's your high intensity. Or you can add a jump squat, like a frog jump. Okay, that's your second option for the first high intensity. The low intensity is just going to be a sit. You're going to hold that squat sit. If you want, you can do it on a chair. Just hold it here, hover over it, just barely tapping. not sitting. Just tapping and holding, catching your breath. And then we're going to go back into the squats or the squat jumps, and then finishing off with the low intensity sit, wall sit. You can lean against a wall if you have a wall close by, or you can just hold that squat hold. All right. So 30 seconds of squats or squat jumps. High intensity, that means quick. Ready, set, go. Deep breathing. Inhale down, exhale up. Pump out those reps. If you want to, you can also add a jump. Good. 15 seconds. Keep it up. Pushing that heart rate. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold. You can do your little booty tap, hold, tap, just tapping, hanging out here, letting those muscles burn while you catch your breath. So it's an active recovery right here. Then we're going to go right into the squats again, which is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Those muscles are going to be tired. You can do it though. 5 seconds, just one more time through, and then we'll rest. 3, 2, 1, right into your squats. Oh, it's so much harder. You can do it. Use the chair, jump it out, you choose, make it count. Keep it up, 15. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Hold it, hold it. Abs are tight. Chest is up. Sit into that chair. 15 seconds. Oh, the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's the hardest one. So if you're like, oh my God, don't worry, that's the hardest one. Good. Stretch it out. Grab some water. I'll tell you what's next. Good job, though. All right,
Yay.
we got upper body. So like we did with the squats, how we used a chair. You can use a chair for your push-ups. Oh, she found me. You can use your chair for on a wall, so you're not super flat, which is obviously going to be more difficult the more parallel you are to the floor. So push-ups are first. So if you're going to use a chair, it's kind of cool because you can kind of like modify it a little bit because you're more at an angle, or you can use a wall, or you can use your knees, okay? Right here, whichever. If you happen to have weights close by, you can do a shoulder press if you want. You can do a bicep curl, anything for upper body. The second pausing rest is going to be a plank right here. Ready? Let's do a plank, Marley.
So good.
So plank, you're going to be either high or you're going to be low. You can have your knees down. You can come up on all fours. You're holding here. If you want to amplify the push-up, if you're like, oh, push-ups aren't that hard, here's your option. You can do a push-up with a mountain climber and then back to a push-up. So you can just intensify it by adding a little bit more of a, almost like a plyometrics attack on it. So push-ups or push-up mountain climbers, wall push-ups, any kind of push-ups, 30 seconds, and then to your plank. All right. Oh, Marley's ready. All right. I saw her like she was trying to find a door to get out, and I was watching her like, don't come out. And then here she is. It's okay. All right. When there's a will, there's a way, right? All right. So push-ups for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Push-ups. Down and up. Right when you're down, push back up. Abs are tight. Keeping your head neutral with your spine. Don't look down. Don't look up. Just keep that nice alignment through your spine. 10 seconds. You're doing it. 5 seconds, and we're going right to the plank. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. Tuck your abs in. Making sure that your hands are directly under your shoulder, not out in front. Always keeping alignment. Good form. 10 seconds. Go get Roro, okay? Marley, I'll be in there in 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Right to push-ups. Here we go. One more time. You got it. Deep push-ups. Deep push-ups. 30 seconds. Ronan, go get Marley. Sorry, mom duty. Keep going. Keep going.
That's so good, though.
5 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we have the plank. We got to hold it. Ready? Hold. 30 seconds. You can do it. Okay. Catch your breath. It's hard when you're tired to hold a plank. And you got to squeeze your abs as you're breathing hard. Learning to control your body in moments of stress, right? Through your breathing, through your mind, staying focused. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Rest it out. Good. Perfect. 2 down. We're doing it. If you're doing this on your own, you can always add as many rounds as you want. It's your choice. Just kind of starting with just making sure
you're like, you're living in action, you know, like what doing the thing is. It's like you're making it work. And I think it's so cool for people to see that, right? Because it's so easy to come up with reasons why we can't do something.
Oh, yeah. And we always think everybody has it easier sometimes, right? It's like, oh my gosh, nobody's doing what I'm doing. It's like, no. Everyone has some kind of distraction, some really good excuse, something pulling them not to stay consistent. Everybody does. But you just got to keep showing up. And knowing, I think, anticipating the chaos, I think, is a huge thing. Like, we want it to go perfectly. Like when you signed up for this challenge, you might have been like, oh, it's going to go so great. I have this plan. It's going to be perfect. And then here comes Tuesday, and it's like, boom, all this crap gets thrown at you. And you're like, oh, my gosh, it's supposed to be like this, you know? It's like, no. It's always supposed to be like that. We just have to learn to adapt, you know? So
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Like you're expecting it. And then how are you going to handle it, basically?
Exactly. Like when I do home workouts, I expect like 4 of my 5 kids to bother me at least once. And so when they do, I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew that was coming, you know? But like to expect it not to come, like that's just dreaming. So
yeah.
So we got lunges. Lunges next, okay? So a couple different ways to do lunges because I know it can be a bothersome thing for a lot of people with bad knees. But I don't want you to omit them altogether. I want you to kind of find how to do them safely. So with the lunge, a lot of times people screw this up because their heel comes up off their front foot. They're putting way too much pressure on their front knee. Knees kill me when I do lunges. So making sure your posture's tall. You're sitting kind of back into that heel, and all you're thinking about is dropping the back knee. So if you're going to do a lunge, watch your range of motion. You can even use a chair, but just kind of get used to just using one leg at a time, working on balance and stability. Doesn't have to be deep. That range of motion will come like we talked about, but do what you can now and then keep practicing and watch what happens. I always suggest to do a reverse lunge if you're going to alternate. It's safer for your knees. If you've been doing lunges for a while, you want to do a front stepping lunge, that's fine. Just watch it when you get tired because that's when we start like really having terrible form. And so then we're like, gosh, my knees, my quads are overtrained. So I like to go back because I can keep pressure in every part of my leg, not dominating on one part. So lunges, we're going to alternate, or I'll tell you, so we're doing it twice. You can just do one leg for 30 and then switch to the other leg on the second set if that's easier too, if you don't want to alternate. And then the second exercise, we got to get on the ground and we're going to do bridges. So nice and slow, up and down. Okay. And then we're going to have to get back up kind of quickly to get back to the lunge. So it's a little bit of up and down on this one. If the lunges are too much, you can do bridges the whole time on the ground. You can do it for 30 seconds up and down, And the second 30 seconds on the low intensity, you can just hold it high if you want. So you don't have to do the up and down too. All right, here we go. Lunges for 30. Ready, set, go. Powering off your front heel. Chest up, abs tight. Nice deep breathing. Inhale back. Exhale as you drive off that foot. 5 seconds, and then we're going to go right down for bridges. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. All right, up and down. Nice and slow. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Just like when we did our Pilates core last week, your breathing sets your pace. So your inhale should be full breaths on the way up. Exhale should be slow breaths out on the way down. Nothing fast. Good. 5 more seconds, and we got to get back up for lunges. 3, 2, 1. Take it back up. Here we go. Back. You got it. Kind of a mental challenge, almost more than physical. It's like, oh man. Keep it up. Powering off your heel. Thinking about the muscles you're working. Connecting your mind to your body right now. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bridges. Take it down. You're doing it. Up and down. Deep breathing as high as you can. Squeezing your glutes. Lower back. Driving off your heels. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it out. Good. Awesome. Upper body. And then we got some cardio stuff. So 2 more things. So we're going to use our chair again for dips. You can also do it on the floor if you don't have a chair. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's doable. So if you wanted to do dips here, you can. Really making sure your elbows are pointing back. You just don't get as much range of motion. And then right here, if you're going to use the chair, bending and extending. If this is too much for you, try to even just bring your feet more in, which is going to lessen the resistance. And you can even just hold it here, right? You can hold it here. Or if you have dumbbells or even just your arms, if you want to instead, you can just pump out some tricep kickbacks. Even with no weight, if you're really intentional on that contraction for your triceps, that will be very hard for 30 seconds. You'll get a lot of reps in. So if the dips are too much, just pump your arms with or without weights. And then the second exercise that we're going to do, our low intensity, is a reverse plank. So you can hold it here with your legs straight, holding. It's like a burnout for your triceps. Or you can bring your feet in and hold it here. You don't even have to hold it that high. You can just hover right here, drop it down if you need to, lift back up for as long as you can, or you can come all the way up depending on how much strength and mobility you have. That's a really tough one, but it's a really great one if you can just start incorporating. It's a great stretch, great posture reset, and it just strengthens the backside of your body, which can kind of get weak if we don't intentionally work it. So even if you just are like here and you're like, oh, back down, that's okay. Come up again, back down. Okay, so just find what you need to do for you. So dips and then a reverse plank. So find your chair, you have a bench, whatever you want to use, or the tricep. Just pump it out. Pump it out. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. triceps, bending and extending. If you want to add more difficulty, the straighter you make your legs is going to put more pressure on your upper body. When you pull your legs in, you're kind of taking some weight off your upper body and putting it into your lower body. So whatever you need to do to make it count. It means pumping out your reps. So burn it out. 5 seconds. Push. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Reverse plank right here. All right. Bent legs, straight legs, lifting up and down or holding. Ready? Go. Squeezing your glutes. Your goal is to try to get your hips up as high as you can. It may not happen today. That's okay. That's what we're here for, is to continually improve. We don't need to be freaking professionals on the first day, right? It's like my 9-year-old. He shows up to like football last year for the first time and thinks he's going to be like this great player. Like, you've never played before. Give yourself some grace. 10 seconds. Hold. Got to put the work in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it down. Come back for your dips. It's going to be hard, just like the push-ups were. Muscles are fatigued. It's when the mind has to stay strong. Ready, set, go. There's always more in you. Push. Even if you just have to hold it, that's okay. Or take a break. Take a break for a second. Get right back into it. 15. You're doing it. You're doing the thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Reverse plank right here. Get down. Get ready. On your marks. Get set. Hold it. Squeeze everything tight. No muscle is just chilling right now. Every muscle is working. Your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your abs, your lower back, upper back, triceps, biceps. Everything has to work together to hold this position. Halfway. If you can, lift your hips a little higher. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Good. Stretch it out. Nice, you guys. That was a hard one. Last set. So stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. One little tip, too, that I always put in my water, when I tell my clients to do this, too, is Himalayan sea salt or any colored salt is a great, like, natural light that's going to hydrate you. And so in the summertime, or if you're sweating a lot, you definitely want to add like a teaspoon of salt throughout the day into your water that you're drinking. It's going to help replenish you. So like this morning, I did it in my pre-workout. I did half a teaspoon, and then I'll drink more. I shoot for a gallon of water a day. If you're not used to drinking water, you definitely want to build up how much you're drinking. So start with like, filling up like maybe 3 sugar bottles, like starting with 50 to 60 ounces of water. And then you can progress. Then you'll really start listening to your body, and you'll start listening to those thirsting signals that your body's giving you. And it'll just help with recovery and everything else too. So if you don't add any electrolytes, add some sea salt. Super easy. All right, last set. High knees, you guys. So you can run those high knees, right? You can march them nice and quick, whichever you want. You can even just march, whatever level of intensity you want to go to. And then the second one is just going to be our low intensity, which is going to be a step touch. And we're going to catch our breath, and then we're going to power through the high knees, step touch, and then we're done. So 2 minutes of work left. All right? Okay. High knees. Ready, set, go. Light on your feet. Right when your foot's down, you're bringing it back up. You're maximizing reps on this high intensity 30 seconds. Doesn't have to be jumping all the time. It's just how many reps can you get in 30 seconds. Keep it up. 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step touch. Could be fast or slow step touch. You choose whatever you need to do to get yourself ready to hit it again. The goal in the low intensity, though, is to get those deep breaths in. So deep inhale, full exhale, because we're going to go a little more breathless on the high intensity. So you want to find a nice level state for your heart rate. Bring it down a little bit to push it back up. You got to have those peaks and valleys. All right, get ready. High knees. 3, 2, 1. Run it up or march it just quick. You know what that is for you today, so follow it. Listen to your body. Push yourself. Halfway. Keep it up. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step touch. Good. Last 30 seconds. We got this. You did awesome. Like I said, you can repeat that list. You can each one you can do a couple times. You can do each one once and then go through it again, however you want to do it. Lots of flexibility in that workout. Choose what works for you. Do it again, though. Like, sometimes we do things once and we're like, oh, that was good. Try it again and see how much improvement you made on the second time and on the third time. 3, 2, 1. Good. Perfect. Awesome job.
It's so cool.
I know.
I love your secret hacks, like with the chair even. I've never done push-ups on a chair before. And I feel like that's such a good way to modify, but also kind of challenge yourself in different ways.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to push it with the push-ups, you put your feet on the chair and your hands on the ground, so even just using your normal household things, you can make a great workout, sometimes on vacation even, you always grab big gallons of water on vacation or camping, usually camping, I'll use those for I'll hold it and squat with a gallon of water or whatever, grab a kid, there's ways to make it work. You just got to sometimes get creative and make it happen.
Yeah. And I think it's so easy, like we said earlier, to come up with the reasons why you can't do it. But I think you're showing everyone, and you've been doing that throughout this Get Fit Challenge, just like you're showing how you can do it by living it.
Exactly. Totally. And that's what we're here to do is inspire other people by the way that we're living our life and the things we've beat, the doubt we've beat all the I'm not good enough feelings that we all feel, but we keep showing up and we keep doing it. Then you're just releasing somebody else's pain as they're seeing you rise, and they're going to be able to make those steps too. So we all have a responsibility, not just to ourselves, but the people around us to inspire and influence,
So good. Well, I'd love you to, if you don't mind, just taking a few more minutes and just sharing because you're in a new group now. You're in the singles group, but then you're also in the regular group, and just share what. Hey, I know, because we did the first one.
Hey guys.
The first one was messy, which Whitney is perfect person to just have fun with doing the thing and figuring it out. But
no, it's great for me too. I'm learning so much from you, so I appreciate it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name's Whitney Carnahan, and I founded and created, I guess, a group, a sisterhood is what I call it, of moms and women, and it's called Warrior Mom Fitness. And my whole intention in that, I'm a mom of 5, and so making sure that you still set time to yourself, you prioritize yourself, you show up for yourself, you have goals set, you earn that self-respect and that self-discipline, which goes into every other part of your life. So for me, fitness and nutrition is a great foundation to just build trust in yourself and follow through. And so then in every other pillar in your life, you can really apply it to business, to relationships. So it's just increasing the self-awareness that we all need to put it into other parts that are just going to help them grow too.
Yeah, and what I love most about your community is you have the new mom that like just had the baby to the empty nesters that the kids are adults and grandmas, you know. And so I think the commonality is that we're so used to giving to other people that you're giving them the space and the permission to give to themselves.
Yeah, and I think and this is like community that you've built too. Like we all need community. We all need people around us to support us, encourage us, and then we also have that responsibility to support and encourage people below us. So that's the powerful thing that comes from tribal communities is the way that they show up for each other. You know, like, oh, this person's struggling and they feel safe reaching out and talking on the group. I get so many women that are just like, I'm having a really hard day. This, and this happened. And then you get like 15 comments of like, oh my gosh, I've gone through that too. I got you. Do you need help? What can I do? So we all need an outlet and a community and a space where we can be vulnerable and honest with the truths in our life because everybody's going through stuff. And to be able to do that and be able to heal from it, we're just going to be able to help ourselves and help others too.
So good. Thank you again for your contribution to this challenge and just for being here. And I've been, for those of you that weren't in the beginning, but I've been in Whitney's program now for a month and I just absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. And please share where they can follow you or reach out to you if they want to work with you as well.
Yeah, totally. My biggest, I guess, platform right now is probably Instagram. Warrior Mom Fitness is my handle. And then you can always email me, warriormomfitness@gmail.com. And we can always hop on a call and just discuss if you need anything. Even if you just have questions, I'm totally a great resource for that. But if you want to find out more about my program, I'd love to give you information and see if we're a great fit to work together and help you any way I can.
Yay. Thank you, Whitney. You're so awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Happy Monday, you
Oh,
guys.
and you guys do the thing. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it.